I'm Clara Hayes, 27, a freelance model and content creator. I've built my career from nothing, working day and night, pouring every ounce of effort into making my dreams real. And yet, no matter how hard I worked, at a family reunion, my own sister humiliated me in front of everyone. The feeling was sharp, like a knife twisting inside, unexpected, painful, and deeply personal. My parents always praised her. They never missed an opportunity to highlight her achievements, no matter how small. Meanwhile, I was overlooked. Every accomplishment I achieved, every milestone, every small victory, was ignored or dismissed. I stayed polite, tried to bridge the gap, smiled even when it hurt. I thought maybe one day they'd notice. But she thought she could mock me and get away with it, and she knew exactly how to push every button. At the picnic, I offered $10,000 to help her startup. It wasn't just money, it was a chance to show support, to be part of her success, to build a bridge rather than a wall. I imagined her face lighting up, grateful, maybe even softening toward me for once. But instead, she leaned back, smirked, and said loudly, "What's there to be proud of? You just post pictures for money." The words echoed across the lawn, sharp and cruel. My parents laughed. Their laughter cut deeper than I expected. I felt small, invisible, humiliated, all at once. I felt the familiar sting of unfairness. I had poured my heart into helping her, yet she and my parents treated it like a joke. I clenched my fists, forcing a calm smile. Deep down, I knew it was time to make a decision. Quietly, without yelling, without revenge in sight, yet. The world didn't need to see me explode. I needed to act with strategy, patience, and subtlety. That night, I sat in my room, staring at the ceiling. The house was quiet, the distant hum of traffic outside barely noticeable. I made my move. I canceled the $10,000 investment. I didn't confront her publicly. I didn't post anything online. I didn't call attention to her mistakes. I simply let events unfold naturally, watching from a distance as life started to teach its own lessons. Her business struggles began slowly, almost imperceptibly, and I observed every small misstep, every lie she told online, every attempt to humiliate me that backfired. It was like watching a storm build, quietly, inevitably. Aunt Pamela, my only ally, called me that night. "Clara," she said, "you did the right thing. Stand firm." And my best friend Eric reminded me, "You don't need their approval. You're enough." Their words anchored me in reality. I realized then that revenge doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to be dramatic. It is smart, silent, and effective. Weeks passed. My sister tried desperately to salvage her failing business. Online posts, public complaints, exaggerated stories. Nothing worked. People began to see her for what she truly was. The carefully crafted image she had projected crumbled quietly, without fanfare. I never had to say a word. Her downfall wasn't caused by me directly. It was the natural consequence of her own arrogance, her disrespect, and her inability to see beyond herself. During this time, I focused on my own life. I poured more energy into my career, exploring new opportunities, expanding my creative work. Every small success felt sweeter, not because I wanted to prove her wrong, but because I finally allowed myself to thrive without seeking approval. I traveled, met new people, learned new skills, and most importantly, I reconnected with myself. Respect isn't given by those who mock you, it's earned, sometimes by walking away and letting others fail on their own. I learned that silence can be louder than words, patience can be sharper than anger, and observing, rather than reacting, can be the most powerful form of strength. Life has a way of balancing itself, and I realized that the best revenge is often simply living well, growing stronger, and never letting someone else's pettiness define your worth. As I move forward, I carry these lessons with me. I focus on what truly matters, my passions, my ambitions, my relationships with those who genuinely care, and sometimes, just sometimes, I allow myself to reflect on that picnic, on that cruel smirk, and smile quietly. because the lesson was mine to learn, and the strength was mine to claim. If you've ever been mocked by family, wait until you hear what happened next.